Hey guys, Kermit the Frog here. Today we're going to be talking about Jurassic World Rebirth.
Where's Riley gone?
I don't know. Kermit just turned up. Sorry.
Yes, indeed. Hello guys, what is up? My name is Dylan. Welcome to the Popcorn Podcast. This is episode number 77. We have Riley back on the couch. I say back, but he hasn't really left it because we just shot an episode on F1, which should be out by the time you're watching this. I will leave a link to the description box below. Oh, yeah. It is one of Riley's new favourite films.
Top four
on Letterboxd.
Fourth. But top four.
That's still a big feat.
Big.
So definitely be sure to go over and check out our thoughts on that film, and also some really, really fun and interesting games that we played, which we will be doing more of this episode as well. Not before we get down
to business.
To business, exactly.
To business.
It's not clapping me, but I'm on business. I'm on business. So guys, of course, we are going to be discussing Jurassic World Rebirth. So as of when you're watching this, the review embargo should have been lifted. Otherwise, I'm in big trouble with Universal.
And
yeah. It's a nice hat you have on, Riley.
Thank you. It's a very nice t-shirt you've got on.
So Riley, the pair of us, a couple of weeks ago,
we did.
We were invited by Universal to.
We were.
Yeah,
that was very cool.
Very cool. Yeah.
Really cool.
So a subtle flex there. Yeah.
Universal invited us.
Yeah, the Universal. We were invited to kind of a low key preview screening.
Yeah.
Well, firstly of Jurassic World Rebirth, but it was a showcase event, which essentially we got the opportunity to take a sort of sneak peek at some of the, new films and TV shows that Universal have got coming out in the rest of 2025, and a couple also that are premiering next year in 2026. Really cool event.
Yeah, we saw some really cool stuff. We saw some unreleased stuff, which I don't think we can talk about.
We can't talk about just yet.
And I don't think we can even talk about what we saw. But it was good.
And that's the episode, guys.
And that's a wrap.
There you go. But yeah, that was really cool. We got to see Rebirth more or less 2-3 weeks now ahead of theatrical release.
Ages.
Yeah.
Feels like ages.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a challenge, really kind of thinking back to the film and really getting the specifics and details down. But hoping that if you are watching this episode, you have seen the film and the film is fresh in your mind, so you can correct us on any sort of that we just miss out on. But I just wanted to actually just ask you, Riley, just kind of your general experience with Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. When was the first time you watched any of the films? Take it away.
I was probably around 9 or 10 when I first watched Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. Dinosaurs as a young boy.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Revolutionary.
You think, wow. Sorry. Got choked up. Yeah. I love dinosaurs. Yeah. Absolutely loved it. Still to this day, love it. Could probably read the script off by heart. Well, sorry, know the script off by heart. I watched it literally like the other week before you even asked me to come on. And I'm all prepped.
What, as in like, what, the new one or the original?
The original, yeah.
Oh, cool, man.
It's a 5-star film.
Absolutely. I don't know if you know this about me, Riley, but literally Jurassic Park is my all-time favorite film. There's no doubt about it. It is the movie, it is the film that got me into films. I simply wouldn't be talking to you right now if it wasn't for the impact of that film and Spielberg's, again, masterpiece. I don't remember watching films before I saw Jurassic Park. Apparently the first film I ever watched in the cinema was Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, but I think this film was the film that I don't remember life before Jurassic Park, to be completely honest. I watched it at a very young age. I was maybe 2-3 years old. I think it was my mum's favorite film as well. Of course, came out in 1993, revolutionized, special effects in particular, and they still hold up to this day, which is absolutely...
Rewatching it the other day, it blew me away.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
So good.
Of course, we're all merched up. I've got the t-shirt. Riley's got the cap.
The cap.
And we are all set to talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. I was going to ask you, Jurassic World, obviously they did a sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I absolutely adore the first one.
Okay.
The first one's great.
And that's about it.
And then you can keep the rest.
Yeah.
It just got so diluted. Really, really quite bad. But just the first one was so cool. It's so cool. Bringing a Mosasaurus in and the Indominus Rex, awesome. And Chris Pratt played that really well. Yeah, no. Really, I really like the first one. The other two.
Yeah. I would agree with you. I think I like Jurassic World, the first one. I don't love it. I think a lot of people overlook Jurassic Park, The Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3. The Lost World, I think, is genuinely one of the most underrated films maybe ever. I think it's such a good sequel. I implore you to go watch it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I implore you to go.
Not for a while.
Check it. Yeah. I implore you, genuinely, it's such a good film. I think Spielberg does something completely different.
Yeah.
Where most directors would go and try and do the first one bigger and better. He does something completely different. And I think it's a fantastic film. And 3 as well is so much fun.
3's great.
Spinosaurus.
I remember 3,
Yeah, the Spinosaurus.
Is that the one with the pterodactyls?
Yes.
The big dome.
Exactly.
I love that one.
Yeah, so the first 3 films I used to watch religiously as a kid. Jurassic World I enjoyed, but for me, I think it was the start of my kind of big issues with the franchise and how they've kind of gone, was that fundamentally I think they have just completely forgone why the dinosaurs worked so well in those first 3 films, or at least the first film. And they made the dinosaurs, they made the T-Rex, etc., almost like cartoon characters in the World trilogy. They like put them fighting other dinosaurs, and like the raptors sort of coming in and being able to control them. I think on paper it's a cool idea, but at the same time, like the whole point of the first Jurassic Park film was like how you can't control nature.
Yeah.
And yes, things don't go to plan in Jurassic World trilogy, but like the Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, those 2 films, I just thought like,
I watched them when they first came out.
Yeah.
And I have gladly not revisited them since.
Yeah.
So I barely remember them.
Yeah.
They may be good.
I think Fallen Kingdom in particular, like I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to mix dinosaurs and basically turn it into a bit of a horror film.
Yeah.
Say. But
that's what I was hoping Rebirth would be.
Yeah.
But we'll get on to that.
We'll get onto that. And then Dominion, I think they tried to do almost like some fucking Mission Impossible type shit with dinosaurs. And I was like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Like, we're so far removed from the original now. It's just ridiculous.
It was completely ridiculous and completely unneeded.
Exactly.
The first Jurassic World stands up on its own. You didn't need the rest.
You really didn't. Yeah.
You really don't need the rest.
One and done.
Done.
Yeah. But of course, with big studio franchises, here we are now on the 7th Jurassic Park film, Jurassic World film, however you want to say. I was like, even though I didn't have much of a great time with the most recent 2, I will always be excited to see this in some form.
That's fair.
And I wasn't really expecting much. I don't know about you going to Jurassic World. Were you excited at all?
I was excited because all of the like set pictures that we got quite early on looked awesome.
Yeah.
They looked really cool. The colour grading was beautiful.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson's character looked great.
I mean, pretty standard stuff there.
Yeah, another day in the office.
It looked good. It looked interesting. Yeah.
It looked good.
Yeah.
And the trailer was really, really good.
I don't know if I saw the first. I've tried to avoid trailers, but I'll take your word for it.
But the trailer was really good.
Yeah,
made it look really cool.
I agree with you. I think the main kind of pull for this film for me was the fact that it was being directed by Gareth Edwards. Now, Gareth Edwards, of course, is quite a big director now. He has done films like Godzilla in 2014 and Rogue One and The Creator most recently. And I was excited to see him take the Jurassic World Park franchise because, like I just said to you, mate, I feel like the most recent films have turned the dinosaurs into a bit of like just goofy cartoon characters. And made them like almost like superhero films. Whereas Gareth Edwards, the way he sort of directs, the way he shoots films, actions in particular, he has a way of really making you feel the scale of these huge events.
And you just think of Rogue One.
You think of Rogue One, you think of Godzilla 2014, even the creators. Well, these are films that feel huge. Exactly.
Yeah,
you know you're going to be seeing this shit in IMAX when Gareth Edwards releases the film. And similarly to you, looked at some of the set photos. They look gorgeous.
Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous.
That's why I'm going to stop right now. I'm going to do a little plot synopsis and we're going to return to the kind of review of Rebirth right now. But guys, again, if you haven't seen Jurassic World Rebirth, please do go check it out. Come back to this discussion at a later time because we are going to be talking spoilers. So, without further ado, 5 years after the fall of Jurassic World, covert ops specialist Zora Bennett is sent on a high-risk mission to recover genetic material from the planet's 3 largest living dinosaurs. But when her operation collides with a family shipwrecked by a freak ocean storm, both groups are stranded on an island long forgotten. What they uncover isn't just prehistoric, it's a secret buried deep into the shadows of science, and one that was never meant to be found. Oh. The film is directed... It's scary. The film is directed, of course, by Gareth Edwards, starring Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Bailey, amongst others. We have very, very briefly discussed sort of initial thoughts. And guys, we're in for a little bit of a treat here because me and Riley kind of feel completely differently, but not completely differently. A bit differently.
Yeah, there's a bit of a clash.
Why? Yeah, you can say that. Why don't you kick this one off, mate? What did you think about Rebirth?
I think it was a disappointment.
Okay.
I think it was a disappointment. I wasn't expecting much, but it was way under what I was expecting. It just felt like gross. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like the characters were rubbish. The dinosaurs were weird.
Okay.
And then the acting wasn't great either.
Okay.
It was just all round the plot. There's so much wrong.
Okay. What would you say, like, at what point in the film do you think you had your eyes rolling? You're like, oh my God, like, I don't know if this is actually going to get any better.
The Jonathan Bailey and his mince in the first 5 minutes. Do you want a mint?
Yeah,
and American accent as well.
I think you don't like his American accent.
No, because it kept flicking out of British and American.
I thought he was
bad.
I thought he was all right. I think I will just preface by saying, guys, I seem to be one of the only people in the screening that we went to have actually found some sort of enjoyment in this film. I will say, I'm interested to see how I fare with it on a second rewatch because, like we kind of just mentioned, I kind of sort of was really taken aback and I didn't know that I was going to be seeing it until very close to the date.
Yeah.
So I had I like, usually when I'm, when we're going and being are excited to see a film, there's a sort of psychological build up to the film.
Yeah.
So like expectations go up, your excitement goes up. For me, it was like almost a case of like...
The day before.
Almost a day before kind of thing. And you were like, all right, you're going to be seeing Jurassic World Rebirth. I was like, whoa, chill. So I went into it just kind of had a really laid back approach and I wasn't really expecting much. I was excited to see some things, but really wasn't kind of expecting much. And I dropped all my expectations and I actually... Henry Cavill, if Henry Cavill was watching this, he's gonna like want to kill me because I was sitting next to Henry. Henry was struggling with this film so much. He was verbally moaning and groaning throughout the entire...
Fell asleep.
You fell asleep. You fell asleep.
He fell asleep.
Did he fall asleep? Oh, that's why it was so quiet.
Asleep, moaned, groaned, everything. I thought
it was a dinosaur. Yeah.
I was sat next to Seth. And every 5 minutes he would just turn to me and like look at me and just go, "How long left?" He asked me that 4 times throughout the film.
He asked me before the screening, he's like, "Mate, how long is the film?" And I said 2 hours. No, Henry asked me mid-film, he was like, "Do you know how long this film is?" And I was like, "I think it's like 2 hours, 15 minutes or something." He's like, "What?"
It's a long film.
Yeah. Guys, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. I'm going to fight this losing battle, but I'm going to fight it anyway. I think for me, the biggest positive for this film, for me, I think it is the moments of the dinosaurs, the cinematic, the larger than life kind of moments. Again, I think Gareth Edwards approaches it very much from the ground upwards, makes these creatures feel larger than life, where the most recent ones have just not done that. And he is in many ways, I think, just looking at the film as a whole, gone back to basics, gone back to kind of the original DNA of the first Jurassic Park film. Of course.
Dino
DNA. Bingo. Obviously, nowhere near as good as the original.
Yeah.
But I think even like filmmaking wise, he shot the film all on film.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
I'll give you that. But the CGI. If we're going for looks, we're talking about looks. CGI. When the dinosaur was on their own, the CGI was great. When the dinosaurs were in a big group, like the big Diplodocus scene,
the Brachiosaurus Diplodocus scene,
yeah, that didn't look great.
I agree with you. I think that was the one scene for me that was
that looked so iffy.
Yeah, it looked a bit like
even when it was just the pair of them, you know, the two big ones, and they were like cuddling and stuff.
Yeah.
It didn't look good.
It didn't
look good.
No, it didn't. I think when you had it, when you had the dinosaurs, the shot of like their legs and stuff, and like Jonathan Bailey, that looked good.
Yeah.
But when you panned up and saw them, like they're like
weird,
their necks
intertwining, and
it was a bit weird.
Weird.
Yeah, some of the CGI is a little iffy in some places.
Yeah.
I think other points it looks fantastic. I think
the opening scene and the Mosasaurus. The Mosasaurus was good.
Yeah, the Mosasaurus was good. The Spinosaurus is in the ocean.
They were cool.
Yeah, and the kind of, how do you want to refer to like the big one? What should we call it?
The Xenomorph.
The Xenomorph.
Because it looks like a Xenomorph. Genuinely.
That's a good way of saying it. And a Xenomorph dinosaur, which is like the huge hybrid.
It has a name. I've forgotten the name.
Yeah, I forgot it as well.
Something Rex.
I don't think they called it a Rex. Did they call it a Rex?
I think it was a Rex. I think it... Dominion...
It's kind of nice, kind of Dominionosaurus or something like that.
Something
like that. I thought whenever it was kind of moving in and out of the shadows, that looked good.
I quite liked that.
That was very good.
I did. That was one of the few things I quite liked.
Yeah.
I did like the cool, big, scary Xenomorph dinosaur.
Yeah.
He was cool.
Yeah, which is a good talking point, because I feel like a lot of people going into Rebirth, from watching the trailer, it's dinosaurs, but also kind of not dinosaurs, because they're like these hybrid things. And a lot of people seem, including me when I first saw the trailer, why can't you just do normal dinosaurs? Why have you got to complicate it? Why have you got to like genetically mutate them and put them in? They're not dinosaurs anymore. They're just, you might as well just call this like some
aliens.
Aliens or monsters.
Aliens.
Yeah. I will say I was relieved, because when we encounter these hybrids, Gareth Edwards makes a conscious effort to show these creatures up close, so like when you get a close up of their face. So with the xenomorph thing, I'm looking at the face up close, and I can see, okay, that part's T-Rex, that part's like Spinosaurus, that part's something, the raptor kind of things that chasing the family around in the kind of, you can see like literally when you go close up, you're like, okay, this feels much more like a velociraptor, like, you know. So the Jurassic element, I would say, is still there. I would say it doesn't completely feel like some alien sci-fi film, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel like that. It's still got it's got a little bit of Jurassic Park in there, a little bit, not a lot. So it does feel like it's going to be a standalone. Is it a standalone film?
I doubt it, mate. They're going to do way more than this, yeah. Because they leave we'll get to the ending in a bit. The ending I didn't really love.
I hated it.
Yeah. You mentioned that there's not much of Jurassic Park in this. I was really thinking back to the film, and I think if I was to kind of describe Rebirth to someone, it is almost, kind of, but not really, in my opinion, kind of what The Force Awakens was for Star Wars in terms of A New Hope. So I'll explain in a little bit, but I feel like the plot is much more stripped back. It's much more simple. None of this Mission Impossible bullshit if that was in the last ones. It's literally a very simple objective. A group of mercenaries or, covert ops, etc., who are funded by like a billionaire or a pharmaceutical company, go to retrieve 3 dinosaur DNA samples in order to either profit from...
Hearing how goofy that sounds.
It sounds goofy as hell. It sounds goofy as hell, but it's very straightforward though. It's like one group of characters...
like basic.
It's very basic. Man.
We need samples from big dinosaurs to cure heart disease.
Yeah, basically.
So bad.
I mean, in terms of the script, There's not much innovation there. I'll give you that.
So bad.
I'll give you that. But of course, we're with these group of characters. We have kind of Jonathan Bailey, who's like the scientist guy. You know, I quite liked his character. There's a mention of he trained under Alan Grant.
Yeah, I saw that. That was quite cool.
Yeah, that made me smile. And then, of course, Scarlett Johansson, who's in many ways the lead, is this kind of covert ops sort of specialist, security specialist, essentially, who gets swept along on this. And then they're working for this guy who owns a pharmaceutical company, etc., who wants to make money off this thing.
Also, if we're going back to the Alan Grant thing, if he trained under Alan Grant, and this is set 15 years after Dominion, right?
Is it? I don't know. I would probably wasn't paying attention.
Right at the start, it said 15 years later or something.
Yeah.
How old must it have been?
Well, Alan Grant was in Dominion.
No, I know, but like, if it's 15 years ago, he would have been like
20,
like 18, 20.
Must have been doing like a PhD or something, or diploma, undergrad,
very cool,
secondary school, nursery. I think I would agree with you. I think for me, the characters in the script is really what brings this film down. Really brings this film down.
It's awful.
You know how I said in F1, some of the character sort of emotional stuff felt kind of a bit manufactured? If it's a little bit manufactured in F1, this is like to the next level.
No, this is artificial.
This is, literally.
It's awful.
It's really bad. There is really no character here.
No. They are all, so you meet, what, 9, 10, 12 new people?
Something.
You have no backstory for any of them.
Well, that's the thing. There is an attempt at doing that, but it's only in there because they need to have something. Does that make sense? Like Scarlett Johansson's like supposed to have lost someone, like her
I still don't know.
Or something. Don't know anything about that. She obviously has a relationship.
They mention a name, like they give a name when they're saying.
Let's call him Dave.
Yeah, you're missing Dave.
Yeah,
Dave's gone.
Yeah,
but that's all you get. We don't know who Dave is.
Yeah, and Mahershala Ali as well has some tumultuous relationship with his son, doesn't see his son, something there, not really explained. Jonathan Bailey, trained under Alan Grant, is just fascinated with dinosaurs. That's it.
That's all you get.
Then you have this other family. When they were introduced, I thought they were going to be dead in the first like couple minutes, and then they basically became main characters.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I really dislike that. Like the weed guy, the boyfriend.
Yeah.
I've never been so infuriated by a character that hasn't been killed.
Yeah.
How did he survive? How did he survive? He is so stupid.
Yeah.
And I just really hated that. Like, one of my biggest gripes with this film is they introduce characters, and each of the characters had like a little side character. Well, Mahershala Ali had his bros,
and then Ed Skrein, who dies like in the
three bros that you get introduced to as literally secondary characters,
and you know they're gonna die.
They're all instantly dead.
Yeah,
and they are the only ones that die in this film.
Yes.
The side characters are the only people that die. What's that all about?
Even when they try and do some fake death bullshit for Mahershala Ali at the end, he somehow magically...
Crazy.
Yeah. That really pissed me off.
Xenomorph dinosaur over his face survives.
Yeah. No idea. And it's all off screen as well, which is so annoying. We'll get to the ending in a little bit, but yeah, in fact, let's get to it now. Why not? This review is all over the place. A bit like the film a little bit. I am going to get to positives in a little bit, but we will slate the film for a bit.
But let Dylan go.
Yeah, Riley has left the chat. But yeah, Mahershala Ali almost has this kind of sacrificial moment at the end where he lures the xenomorph dinosaur away from the main group, making the ultimate sacrifice so the main group of characters can escape and leave the island.
It's attracted to the light.
There you go. It's attracted to the light. Leaves, and then somehow you don't know how or why he magically just appears back on the boat.
Well, no. So, oh God, I get so angry. Last thing you see is the xenomorph dinosaur is running towards him because he's got the light. The flare, yeah. And
the flare goes
into the forest. The flare goes out. Then literally it cuts there. He's in the middle of the ocean. And it's like, how have you swam that fast?
Yeah, and then
firstly.
And the credits pop up then.
And secondly, what? Yeah. And then credits pop up.
Yeah. That really annoyed me. I'll be honest, that really annoyed me. I'm trying to think, some of the
it's all just so convenient.
It is.
The whole film is just so convenient.
Exactly. I think that's the double-edged sword of this film is, on the one hand, whilst the kind of moments of Dinosaur are quite threatening and quite... some of them are quite, they're quite intense.
Yeah.
You have that contrasted with the fact that nobody dies or nobody gets injured or nobody... So, like, it's like you're showing me one thing, but then on paper, nothing is actually happening. Does that make sense?
The craziest plot armor I've ever seen in a film. It's mental.
With the family as well, wasn't a fan of them. I do get that with every Jurassic Park film. Because a lot of kids are going to go see this, there needs to be some sort of child or kid family, sort of a family dynamic there to allow those younger kids to put themselves in the shoes of these characters and find themselves in these situations. However, there is so many ridiculous moments with this family. God, the one scene I thought was quite cool, apart from the T-Rex scene, but the one scene I thought was quite cool is when the boyfriend goes to take a piss and he's getting hunted by raptors, and then the mutant raptor hybrid pterodactyl thing comes and basically kills the raptors, and he's like, it's I thought it was quite a funny scene. Like, he was just taking a piss. He stops pissing. No, he doesn't piss, and then he starts pissing himself after all this shit's happening. That was quite good.
I'll give it that. I think I gave a little nose breath. I went, but that was it.
A little smirk. I
couldn't let myself fully laugh.
I mentioned how I felt like this film was almost a little bit like the kind of Force Awakens treatment for Jurassic Park. I do think it's a much more subtle in that sense than Force Awakens, where it's kind of like
in your face.
Yeah, very in your face about it. So I was really thinking back to the film last night, and I these are some of the Easter eggs that I have noticed.
Okay.
From that this film pays homage to, or maybe rips off, depending on how you feel about it. So here are some Easter eggs in Jurassic World Rebirth that you might have missed. So, the opening scene with the scientists being trapped in the lab whilst the xenomorph sort of hybrid dinosaur is kind of behind is a kind of similar callback to the opening of Gareth Edwards' Godzilla, when Bryan Cranston's character in that film loses his wife. Yeah. So he has to saying goodbye, with the glasses, saying goodbye right in front of his eyes. And it can also be, maybe this is a stretch, but also a visual callback to one of Gareth Edwards' more iconic scenes where certain characters are trapped in a room with an ominous red glow and facing certain death. Of course, Rogue One, the Darth Vader scene. So a lot of rooms with red lighting and death coming as a result. That's one Easter egg for you. Another Easter egg, the Brachiosaurus Diplodocus scene in Rebirth is arguably maybe the most obvious callback or Easter egg to the original Jurassic Park. Alexander Desplat did the score for this film, but in that scene they literally he stops composing. And they literally put the John Williams score. Literally. There you go.
Oh, good.
Don't copyright that, guys. I think for the most part, I really did enjoy that scene. It did take me back a little bit, except for the CGI. That's what I will say. That
really threw me out.
Speaking of Alexander Desplat's score, many of the musical themes that you hear are sort of more darker versions of the John Williams leitmotifs and kind of more more sinister kind of inverted themes and melodies of that John Williams score. That's another Easter egg. The T-Rex lifeboat scene,
oh my God,
is very reminiscent of the T-Rex in the first film, trying to get the kids trapped in the car. In fact, when I was watching this scene,
that's exactly what I thought. I was thinking of when it grabbed the car.
When I was watching this scene, I think they even used the exact same sound design.
Did they?
I think, because obviously the original one, like, I've almost got like it's like in my head. So if I hear like note for note the same thing, like it's maybe.
That rings a bell.
Paying homage to that original scene with Lex and Tim being trapped in the car. The family being hunted by the hybrid sort of velociraptors through the convenience store at the end of the film.
Kitchen.
Just like the raptors in the original.
It's the exact same
in the kitchen. There's even...
I did like that.
Yeah.
I did like that.
There's even...
the product placement.
Oh, the product placement is a lot, yeah.
That film. Yeah. And the product placement.
The Snickers bars.
Everything. Not Nestle. What is it? M&M's.
M&M's. It's just chocolate outside. There's even a moment where the little girl in this film is hiding in one of the fridges and the hybrid raptor can't see her because of the door reflection, which is similar to the kitchen scene in the first film with Lex when she gets lucky because the velociraptor sees her reflection. Yeah, exactly. Where Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, Timmy and Lex use the vents in the ceiling in the first film, the family in this film used the vents below the convenience store to quietly sneak around. And finally, or one of the other sort of Easter eggs that I found was Mahershala Ali's character Duncan, at the end of the film, using the flare to draw away the xenomorph is just like Jeff Goldblum in the first film luring the T-Rex away with the flare. So I want to know, guys, if you picked up any other Easter eggs. I'm sure there are loads.
I've got one.
Oh,
I've got one.
Go on.
You know at the end where the big CEO guy is running away in the car?
Yes.
And he crashes. And then there's the sign and it's got the left or right.
So Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis in the first film.
He spins it as well.
Brilliant.
Is the exact same? Is the exact same? So cool.
Yeah.
That was the only one that I noticed.
There's probably a lot more Easter eggs in there. But guys, do let us know if you found any yourself as well. I think if we are going to sort of conclude the review, you obviously didn't like it. You didn't have much enjoyment out of it.
No. I'm very grateful to Universal for
inviting me. Massively.
But I'm sorry, this just doesn't hit for me.
Where would you rank this one in terms of...
Of the year?
Yeah, no, in terms of the other films.
Oh, last.
Well, dead last.
Dead last.
I couldn't disagree more. I think this one for me just comes under Jurassic World, the first one. I think it's way better than the last two because for a lot of the reasons I was just saying in terms of genuinely just making those moments feel like Jurassic Park, even if the moments in between with all the character stuff is a load of bollocks. I still felt when I was watching the film in that cinema, I still felt a sense of this film is clearly a love letter to that first film in a lot of different ways. And of course, I am biased, and I will admittedly say that I'm biased. I'm not biased enough to like the last two, but I'm biased. I'm biased enough with this one. I was telling Seth that I actually kind of weirdly enjoyed this one a little bit, and he said to me, Dylan, you just like things with dinosaurs, you're a child. Yeah. Maybe, but there you go. There you go, guys. That is our review of Jurassic World Rebirth. Do let us know if you are seemingly with the majority here and didn't really love it.
I'm very excited for the reviews to come out. I'm just so intrigued to think, maybe we are just wrong.
No, I don't know. I think
maybe I am.
I feel like I'm going to be in the minority here.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah.
What do you think tomatoes are going to be?
Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
No idea, man. I don't like Rotten Tomatoes at all. Okay. I don't even look at them. IMDb wise, I think it's going to be around...
I think it could be a 5.
Surely not.
Like 5.9, I reckon they'll do.
That's really bad. Wow.
I reckon.
I think people are going to see my Letterboxd score and be like, what the this is RAGEBAIT.
Yeah, this is RAGEBAIT. Crazy.
There you go, guys. There you go. Let's do some games.
Game time.
So, Riley.
Over.
On the topic of Jurassic World or Jurassic Park.
Dinosaurs. Dino DNA.
Dino DNA. Bingo. I have got some sound bites.
Ooh, I like it.
Dino sound bites of dinosaurs making sounds, noises, roars.
I've got to guess the dinosaur.
And you've got to guess the dinosaur.
Are you going to give me options?
I'm not going to give you options. I'm going to try. You can, if you don't know the name of the dinosaur, you can just say that one from the.
Okay.
So, Riley, can you guess the dinosaur from the Jurassic Park soundbite?
Okay.
So here we go. First up, we have.
Locked in.
Okay.
That sounded like a very cool one. I don't know why I'm listening into the mic.
I'll play it again for you.
Sounds throaty. T-Rex?
It's not a T-Rex.
Ooh, Indominus.
Not Indominus.
Oh, God. Sounds really throaty.
What's the other, like, big three of the big three?
T-Rex, Indominus. Oh.
That's one you're missing.
Is there? Big three? I'm not actually sure, mate.
So that is the Spinosaurus.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah. Of course it is.
Up next, we have...
I think I know.
Go on.
I think I know. Is it the one with the frills? The frills come out.
That's correct. That's the Dilophosaurus.
Dilophosaurus.
Yeah. Who kills Dennis.
Yes.
Who spun Dennis.
Good lad.
Yeah.
Good dino.
Yeah. Up next, we have
Indominus. Yeah.
nice.
I love
Nice.
Indominus.
You got that instantly.
The Indominus is so cool.
Up next, we have
Diplodocus.
not Diplodocus, close.
Brachiosaurus.
Correct. Yeah. Brachiosaurus.
Nice.
Down to the last two.
Here we go. Oh, that's the raptors in the first film.
That is correct.
That's
There's the
great.
raptors in the kitchen, yes.
That is raptors in the kitchen.
And finally, gotta be done.
It's the boy.
It is
the big boy.
big one.
T. Blinking Rex.
T-Rex. Yeah. Did pretty good on that. That was good. That was good.
The first one was a bit tricky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spinosaurus.
Yeah.
Threw me off. Seemed loud.
Game number 2, guys, is a podcast classic that I haven't played in a while.
Ooh.
So this is when I select an actor or an actress, and I'm going to ask you whether or not this person has starred alongside another actor. Okay? So in this case, we have Miss Scarlett Johansson. So, Riley, has Scarlett Johansson starred alongside the following actors? So first up, we have Christian Bale.
No.
She has starred alongside Christian Bale. She starred alongside Christian Bale in The Prestige.
Oh, great start. Well done, everyone. I hate this game.
Already. Sandra Bullock.
It's a 50-50. See, this is not my game. I'm so bad at this. Let's go no.
That's correct. She has not starred alongside Sandra Bullock. Up next, we have Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
In?
I can't remember, but she has.
Yeah, you are correct. So they starred alongside each other in the film Her.
That's it.
So Scarlett
Of course
Johansson
it is, yeah.
never
Her.
actually physically.
But she's voice acted.
That is correct, yeah.
That's a great film, by the way.
Really good, yeah. Up next, we have Javier Bardem.
Ooh. Trying to think. Can't remember anything. No?
So that is incorrect. So they starred in a film together called Vicky Cristina Barcelona. I don't know if you've seen that.
I definitely have not
Great
seen that.
Have you seen it? It's fucking awesome film. Woody Allen with Penelope Cruz and Rebecca Hall. It's like a sort of
I'm trying to get
kind of
through
raunchy kind of romance drama that takes place.
Nice. I'm trying to get through a lot of Woody Allen recently.
Yeah.
I know why.
Yeah.
Not a very nice man.
He's not.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Oddball.
He's a weird chap, yeah. Up next, has Scarlett Johansson starred alongside Anne Hathaway?
No?
That's correct.
Yes.
I just thought you're like, it's like a 50-50. Has Scarlett Johansson starred alongside Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt, Scarlett Johansson. Can't think of anything off the top of my head, so no.
That is correct. They have not. And finally, has Scarlett Johansson starred alongside Florence Pugh?
Yes. Marvel.
Correct. Yeah. I was going to see if I could catch you out the last one. That is correct. They starred together, of course, in Black Widow.
Yeah.
So there you go. That was game number 2. Let's do another round of the actors game. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Guys, if you didn't know, we did play.
My favorite.
Yeah, we played a game in the last episode where the pair of us had to basically connect 2 random actors in 5 goes or less through other actors.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Let's
So
hope we get some easy ones this time.
ChatGPT is going to generate 2 random actors and we're going to have to try and connect them in 5 or less
Let's
goes.
do it.
Here we go. 2 random actors. And
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good.
Oh, okay. So the actors that we have trying to connect are Dev Patel
Yeah.
and Zendaya.
Oh, okay. That's fun. I like that.
Okay. So Dev Patel and Zendaya. Right. Dev Patel, Monkey Man, The Green Knight.
Yeah, The Green Knight. That could be
Alicia
good.
Vikander is in The Green Knight. We're trying to get to Zendaya. So Zendaya, and we can't do Marvel.
Yeah.
Way, guys.
So I reckon Dune's the only way in. If we can get to
Knight.
Javier or Timmy. or...
Oh, but I got it. I think
Have
I
you?
got it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, Dev Patel.
Yeah.
To Alicia Vikander
Yep.
in The Green Knight.
Yep.
Alicia Vikander to Oscar Isaac in Ex Machina.
Yep.
Oscar Isaac to Zendaya in Dune Part 1.
Well done. Very good.
There you go.
That's a banger.
Let's go.
Well done, man. That was sick.
Let's go again.
Good
2
lad.
random actors. Okay.
Here we go.
Ooh.
Please be good.
Cillian Murphy
Nice.
and Ana de Armas.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
We just got to go the Oppenheimer route, right?
Yeah.
Should we see if we can get it in 1 or 2? No, 2.
Yeah. The shorter we can do it.
Surely.
Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas. Keanu.
Ryan Gosling?
Yeah, we could connect via Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling seems okay.
Matt Damon. Who
Ryan
else?
Gosling.
Oh, got it.
Yeah?
You want to do it? I can.
No. You go if you got it.
If I got it, okay, cool. So, Cillian Murphy,
Yeah.
Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer,
Yeah.
Emily Blunt, The Fall Guy, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling, The Fall
smashed
Guy.
it. Yeah.
Blade
Smashed it.
Runner 2049. There you go. Do another one?
Yeah. Let's go, man.
This one is going better than the last episode.
Yeah. Last episode was awful.
Rami Malek and Tessa Thompson. Oh, that's quite tricky. Okay, so either we can't do Marvel, we can't do
Yeah.
Thor. We have to go Men in Black 3, or we got to go Creed 1, 2, Michael B. Jordan. Rami Malek, God. So I think,
Lawrence Fishburne, The Amateur.
yep.
Um,
We've got to try and connect it to Michael B. Jordan. I think Michael B. Jordan is the main sort of we got to target.
no Marvel.
No Marvel.
No Black Panther. Damn it.
Tricky.
Yeah, this is a tricky one. Rami Malek.
This is a real scrunching of brains.
Yeah, my brain is being scratched. Have you got it?
He's trying to share.
That awkward moment.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking of that. This is tricky. This is
Very, very
really tricky.
Very, very tricky.
Ooh.
Was that a good-oo?
No.
Oh.
I was in pain. Oh gosh, what else has Tessa Thompson been in? She's been in. Really struggling.
Yeah, I can't
I mean, the way is
anything.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
What's Michael B. Jordan in?
Sinners. Haley? No.
Eddie Seinfeld.
No, I don't think that's a way in. Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect?
Could do a pitch.
But then it's a bit long.
Yeah.
We've done quite a few then.
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah. Don't think that's...
I think I've got a long version.
Yeah. What's your long version? And we'll try shorten it.
So I'm thinking Rami Malek. I mean, the biggest cast that he's been in is either Amsterdam or Oppenheimer. So Amsterdam, there's loads of kind of different people. Okay, let's start with Rami Malek. So Rami Malek was in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie's in Amsterdam. Let's connect the two.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie's in Barbie. Who in Barbie has worked with Michael B. Jordan?
Surely someone.
Surely, right?
See, I really don't like this because the people watching are probably
Screaming, yeah. Or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's another good way in. Brad Pitt, Leo.
Now, who's Michael B. Jordan worked with? Brad Pitt, Leo.
Brad Pitt, Leo.
Zac Efron, Miles Teller. I got a long version. Tessa Thompson, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Miles Teller.
Yeah.
So Michael B. Jordan, Miles Teller, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, Rami Malek. That's one more.
That's
God,
really close.
that's annoying.
That's really close. Can we shorten that by any way?
Who else is in Amsterdam? Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Anya
Jared
Taylor-Joy.
Leto. Christian Bale to Jared Leto.
Who's Jared Leto in Amsterdam?
No. Go to Christian Bale. Then to Jared Leto.
What film?
American Psycho.
Oh yeah.
No, because then we go into DC, and that's grey area.
This is so hard. What the hell?
Hold on. Jared Leto might be the way. If we're going to count
film,
if we're going to count Joker. Oh, but then we could have used Margot Robbie anyway.
John David Washington's in Amsterdam.
But then you can go to Will Smith.
I'm still trying to make the.
And then Will Smith, Men in Black 3.
He's not in Men in Black 3.
Oh, yeah.
No, sorry, not 3. It's not Men in Black 3. It's Men in Black International.
Oh yeah,
my bad.
One,
yeah,
the new one.
Flipping up. Oh
this
mate, it's really tough.
We may have to call it. Throw the white flag.
Gosh, yeah, just
You're
for time.
So close.
Just for time's sake,
so
I think
close.
We'll call it. Gosh, that was one less actor.
Damn it. We'll call it at 6. 6 is a high score for that one. If anyone
can crack it,
that, let us know.
Yeah, guys. Well, on that note, that comes to the end of the episode. Thank you so much, Riley.
No, thank you.
For coming and chatting
much.
Jurassic World with me, as painful as it seemed to be. Yeah. Like I mentioned, guys, do let us actually know what really side of the fandom you guys are on. I think you are going to be right here. I think most people won't like the film, and I might not even like it on my rewatch. You know,
that's true.
I said it was like a subtle reboot, or not a subtle like kind of. Force Awakens treatment, but after reading all those Easter eggs, maybe it's just way more obvious than we thought it was. But yeah, there you go, guys. Do let us know what you thought about the film. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you
for listening, and we will catch you very soon in the next episode of the Popcorn Podcast.
See you later.